Good morning everyone. This is Nagaraju, School Assistant Biology at ZPHS Jamandlapally. So far we have learnt the two types of plant tissues. They are meristematic tissue and dermal tissue. Now let us see the remaining two types, ground tissue and vascular tissue. First, third one, ground tissue. The ground tissue forms the bulk of the plant, which means they give the shape and support to the plant. The main functions of the ground tissue are first storage of food and providing the physical support to the plant. This ground tissue has been divided into three types on the basis of their structure and function. They are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. First we'll see the parenchyma tissue. If we observe the parenchyma tissue, the parenchyma cells have thin walls, soft and loosely packed. They have so many air spaces between the cells. These air spaces are called intercellular spaces. So these parenchyma cells are soft in nature. And some parenchyma cells contain chloroplast in them and they participate in the process of photosynthesis. This type of parenchyma is called chlorenchyma. The parenchyma that having the chloroplast is called chlorenchyma. We can see this in the surface of the leaf. And if the parenchyma tissue contains large air cavities or air spaces is called aerenchyma. For example, if we observe some water plants like pistia and lotus, the plants float in the water because the aerenchyma is present in that plants. So air-filled parenchyma is called aerenchyma. And some of the parenchyma tissue participate in storage function. It stores the food materials or waste products. If we see the potato, carrot and radish, the starch stored in the parenchyma tissue, which is called storage tissue. So the parenchyma that stores food is called storage tissue. Next, second type of tissue in ground tissue is collenchyma. The cells in the collenchyma tissue have thick walls and elongated cells when compared with the parenchyma tissue. This collenchyma provides support, mechanical strength and flexibility to the plants and allowing for easy bending without any breakage. And the third type of tissue in ground tissue is sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma cells have very thick and they are very tightly packed without spaces. So these are hard tissues. The sclerenchyma provides structural support in plants. They form hardwood of plant. If we cut the trunk of the trees, we can find the hardwood at the center. If we see the other parts like leaf, flower, they are soft because they have air spaces in them. They made up of soft tissues, but sclerenchyma is hard tissue and cell walls are very thick and they have no air spaces between them. So these three tissues, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma together form the ground tissue. And the fourth tissue, vascular tissue. In plants, vascular tissue plays major and important role in transportation of materials. Plants have different parts and they need materials to distributed among the different parts of the plant. Plants need water and minerals for their life processes. So the root of the plant absorbs water and minerals from the soil. So this water and minerals should be transported to different parts where it can be used. Water is needed in the leaf for photosynthesis. So the water is to be transported from the root to the leaf through the special tissue. In the same way, the starch or food materials prepared by the leaf through the photosynthesis has to be sent to some other parts where it can be used or stored. So the transportation of food from place of production to the place of usage or storage is require some special tissues. These special tissues are called vascular tissues. So the vascular tissue helps in the conduction of water, minerals, salts and nutrients from one part of the plant to other part. This vascular tissue divided into two types. They are xylem tissue and phloem tissue. In these, xylem tissue is responsible for the conduction of water, minerals, salts from the soil to different parts, whereas the phloem tissue helps in the transportation of food materials prepared by leaf. So, the xylem and phloem together form the vascular bundles. The tissue and the xylem tissue and phloem tissue are composed of different cells. Xylem is composed of trachea cells, tubular vessels, fibers and parenchyma. In the same way, phloem tissue made up of long sieve cells, sieve tubes, and companion cells and fibers and parenchyma. These two tissues, xylem and phloem, play an important role in conduction of water and food materials. The xylem conducts the water and minerals up to great heights, nearly 200 feet in eucalyptus tree and nearly 330 feet in the redwood trees. Up to that heights, water and salts are to be transported from the ground. And we have learned different types of tissues in plants and their arrangements and their functions in this lesson. Thank you.